Hello everyone, this is Boy123 and I am back again with a new video. This is a Mighty Throw build and my version is pretty much straightforward and I don't use the bash bug trick. At helm we have the Arrow Perdition, which will give us a huge boost in our critical strike chance, our movement speed, and of course plus to core skills. The Shroud of False Death for our chest armor, which gave +1 to all of our passive skills. Herculean Spectacle for the gloves, with plus to core skills, maximum life and strength. We have the aspect of the Iron Warrior for our pants, with strength, maximum life, and healing received. Yen's Blessing for the boots, which will give us resistance to all elements, resource generation, and of course the free Warcry every 8 seconds. Aspect of the Enroaching Rat for our two-hand mace, with strength, maximum life, and overpower. And for the runes we have Theo and Ner that will provide us with Unstoppable and Stealth if we get CC that has an 8 seconds cooldown. And the build enabling Third Blade with Strength, Fury on Kill, Vulnerable Damage, and Weapon Mastery. I got lucky with this perfect Doombringer, which enhances all of my stats, my maximum life, and damage reduction. And the Grandfather with triple masterwork on maximum life. For the runes we have Lith and Quacks that spends all of our primary resource that deal up to 100% increased damage. I'm using the Accursed Touch for the ring, which is an aspect that is pretty underrated. In my opinion, it is better than the Anger Management. We also have the Ring of Starless Skies and of course the Banished Lord's Talisman. Moving on to skills, we have Bash, Enhanced Bash, and Combat Bash. And the Hammer of the Ancients, Enhanced Hammer, and Violent Hammer of the Ancients. We also have Warpath, Imposing Presence, Martial Vigor, Belligerence, which will further enhance the damage of our Mighty Throw. Iron Skin for added barrier and unstoppable, and of course minor healing. I'm using Warcry instead of Rallying Cry cause why not? Just like Rob said, it should be damage, damage, and more damage. We move on with Pit Fighter for increased damage to close enemies, Slaying Strike additional damage versus injured enemies, and a lot of Mighty Throw. Thick Skin for additional Fortify, which enhances our overpowered damage, Counter Offensive for increased damage while fortified, and Irrepressible, which fortifies us every time we cast Mighty Throw. We're also using Call of the Ancients, though I'm still thinking whether to use Wrath of the Berserker instead. Heavy Hitter for additional ultimate damage, Invigorating Fury for healing, Heavy Handed for additional 20% critical damage, Brute Force for additional 32% increase in overpowered damage, and Wallop that gives us 20% increased damage to stunned or vulnerable enemies. Last but not the least, Unbridled Rage for additional 45% damage to our core skills. For the Paragon board, we are using Might, which increases our damage to elites, to healthy enemies, and to our two-handed mace. Second board is Carnage, which uses Challenger to further enhance our damage to elites. And on the third board we are using Bonebreaker along with Rat to give us a huge boost with our critical strike damage. On the fourth board we are using Decimator along with Dominate for additional overpower damage. The last board is Blood Rage, with Revenge for additional damage, damage while berserking, strength, and damage to bleeding enemies. There's a lot of Mighty Throw builds out there, but this build is definitely unique since it is not clunky and it's very easy to use. I'm also using Warcry instead of Rallying Cry, and I get my Unstoppable from 4 sources, which are Iron Skin, Ner, Variana, and Rahir. You should alternate Bash and Mighty Throw while attacking the enemies, along with a little bit of Hammer of the Ancients, as we want to proc Hoda's 40% increase overpower damage. Here's how I alternate the skills. If you don't want to use Hammer of the Ancients, you can always replace it with Ground Stomp, and with the third passive Strategic Ground Stomp that reduces your ultimate's cooldown by up to 12 seconds. I've attached the build link below so that you can further check the full build and all the notes that I have made. By the time that this video gets uploaded, I'll probably be in the top 20 of the pit ladder in the Barbarian section. Oh, and here are my Mercenaries setup. Hope that you like this video, and if you do, please don't hesitate to follow or subscribe to my channel. I also would like to thank all of my new subscribers, and here is a big shout out to you guys. That's all for this video, and I hope you had a great time. I'll see you on the next one. This is your boy 123. Bye.